I was born in Oklahoma and reared in Oklahoma, Muskogee, Oklahoma. That's Muskogee in Oklahoma, and that I went through high school there.
Okay. Can you tell me about your professional background?
Well, I, I I went to school at my first year was at a junior college in Coffeyville, Kansas. Uh, my second year was 2 years at Lincoln University in Missouri, and then I was drafted in World War II and went off to. Well, I was working in New York City because in Washington D.C. because my father said he couldn't send my brother and me to school at the same time, and my brother was 2 years older than I was, and he was more likely to get drafted than I was. So, uh, and I took a typing course in Lincoln, and the instructor said that to pass this course, you had to pass the civil service exam for typist. And of course, I took that and got a job and was working at that job when I was drafted. Um, the draft board was in Oklahoma, but I was in New York. I was living in New York and working in Newark at the time. So uh, that's where I was drafted from, and I went in through Fort Dix and was stationed in Coffeyville, Kansas, where I had gone to school my first year. Uh, when my brother was well, he took the flight training, and he got he went as to Tuskegee to train some more there, and I was just well, I guess I was just a GI. That's all I could claim. But I spent my whole Army career in which consisted of 3 years in as a supply officer for the company, and supply company. I wasn't an officer. Supplying NCO, and that that's uh, that's I guess one day I got shipped off to the CO. CO went on furlough, and I got shipped off to Florida while he was gone, and then that meant overseas, and well, I served 3 years, and 3 years and 12 long days in the army, and and that was it. Well, I I uh, I uh, I guess I pledged when I was at Lincoln. Uh, I didn't stay there long enough to make the fraternity. Uh, so I came back, and I repledged after I got out of the army, and I was still in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and I applied to Alpha Lambda chapter, which was in Newark, New Jersey at the time, and I was initiated there, and that was I don't remember the year. I've been. I think it was in the early '80s. But I went into the graduate chapter after I got my degree. Uh, that's well, that's uh, I think it was 1981. Well, I moved to I moved to Willingboro, and there was no chapter. Well, the closest chapter was the Trenton chapter, and the Trenton chapter met anywhere uh, from Trenton to all the way up to New Brunswick, and that just made a long trip to meetings after we came back from after a day's work. Uh, I was working in Trenton. Uh, then to have to come home, get dinner, and then go back up as far as New Brunswick to meetings just didn't seem to make good sense. And we had a few members in moved into Willingboro, and we identified those members, and it seemed a good idea to start a chapter, and we started. I guess the members of the Trenton chapter helped us to get started, but that was the thing that we did. What we did was we agreed to serve all of Burlington County, and that gave us enough room to make it worthwhile. Well, we did a lot of things that were different. Uh, I guess we Willingboro was a fluid area, and there were people moving in and moving out, and it. But the early African American residents were, to a large extent, um, professional, uh, and we did things differently, but it was a social organization, and that's what we wanted to. That's what we were interested in having, was a social organization. Um, we did other things. Obviously, the fraternity has its programs, and we tried to live up to some of its programs, and we still do that. But we sort of did things our way. Well, we followed the most of the programs that were mandated by the by the organization. Um, we had the biggest program that we launched was the Afro-Male Institute. That later became, I guess we changed the name of it later because it was being sponsored by somebody by Boys and Girls Club, and it was Ted Nixon was the head of that part of it, and he and that went for several years, and I guess he kept it going as long as he could, and retirement came in the middle of that, and but I guess we did the best we could. It involved a lot of people that were not alphas, but it was our program, and Ted Nixon carried it most of the way, and every Saturday morning he was out there with a group of guys, and that was probably our biggest thing in our favor. Well, we've had several anniversaries that we deemed were important, and we went through those with celebrating some of our achievements, but we feel that we've been a big help to the culture of the area, and we just think we added to that making the area livable. I've always been proud of the record of Alpha, and we were told that we've been proud of the fact that we kept our records clean, and that we were always doing something that we thought was worthwhile in the area. We brought several different types of programs to the area that were unique, and we felt that we were doing something that helped the African American people live by that, by the code that we followed, and it's just been a good experience. We felt we were a part of it from the beginning of Levittown, and we we participated in government activities and in much of what went on in the area, and we didn't we thought we were adding something to the area, to the we thought we were good for Willingboro and for the things that we were doing. First of all, we're servants of all. We believe that we've done some good. A number of things that we've done helped us and our people in the area, and we're proud of our part of doing it. We also had some successes, and we've had a few. I don't like to say failures, but there's some successes and some that were not so successful. But we enjoyed doing what we did.